Hello, my name is Nicole Hartley Bradford, and I am a graduated mother. You might wonder what this means. What it means is that I have created for myself a mother graduation celebration. I did this because nobody else could do it for me, and nobody could stop me from doing it. I had first heard of mother graduation from a man called Clinton Callahan, who is the originator of a game world called Possibility Management. And when he heard about my circumstances at the time, where two of my four children were into their 20s and two more of them were in their teen years, he highly recommended that I graduate as a mother and sent me to a website called Mother Graduation. And as I read through the website for the first time, I cried and cried because this website really laid out so much about what it was for me to be a mother in modern culture, the pain of it. I'd never heard anyone be so honest about the reality of what it was like. And I I committed to graduating as a mother. And the website kind of painted the picture of a path that I could take. And it really was a create your own adventure to create a mother graduation celebration. And it took me something like 2.5 years before I actually had the celebration event. And during the 2.5 years, I did many, many different experiments. Some of them are suggested on the Mother Graduation website. Others I invented myself. And many of them mm, kind of started to exist because I went and had many emotional healing processes, mostly in Zoom rooms because a lot of this happened during the COVID pandemic. And between the emotional healing processes and the experiments that I did that were obviously and often less obviously connected to my mother graduation path, I slowly but surely started to jack into more deeply into my next jobs from Gaia. And it turns out that one of them is to be a mother graduation adventure team coach. And so I have recently found myself in this job. And as I work with the so far two women who have asked me to coach them, asked me to accompany them really along this mother graduation adventure path that they're creating, each their own path. It's come up many times that when people, especially other mothers, hear about mother graduation, they often freak out and they say things like, once a mother, always a mother. There's no way I would graduate from being a mother. And one of the things I want to clarify, and one of the reasons I'm making this video, is to clarify that that graduating from being a mother is not, well, let me put it another way. If you go to university and train as a social worker. Graduating from the University of Social Work doesn't make you less a social worker, doesn't take you off the path of being a social worker. It actually takes you off the path of being a student who's studying social. It doesn't even take you off the path of being a student who's studying how to be a social worker. What it does is it makes a clear threshold where from what was into what is now possible. And this is what a mother graduation celebration does. When you declare yourself a graduated mother and hold yourself a mother graduation ceremony or party or event, when you go through the steps along the path to become a graduated mother, many possibilities are created and many things become over. And this is a path that I have become so passionate about as I envision a world where when mothers get to the part where their children have left the nest, so to speak, or who haven't because they actually didn't get what they needed during the years of mothering that I did, that they are in the nest. This happened with me. Some of my children came to live with me because they, for a mixture of purposes. Some of them had to do with the fact that I had failed to empower them to becoming radically responsible adults. And they weren't able to find their way out in the world. I'm not saying that this is wrong or bad. I'm not saying that as a mother, my failure was wrong or bad. In a way, this failure was inevitable because I was an edge worker while I was a mother. I was on the edge of modern culture, and I was already wanting something radically different from the colonial, capitalist, corporate empire. And being in this world between two cultures, I didn't have a village. I didn't have teammates with whom I was figuring out how to raise radically responsible children into authentic adulthood. So mother graduation is a path of authentic adulthood. And becoming a graduated mother opens up a lot about how it is in modern culture and how it might be, how it could be. I would even dare to say how it will be in the next culture, a culture that I call archiarchy, along with many other possibility managers who have been studying it, envisioning it, dreaming it, making it possible. And I feel joy to share with you that the path of mother graduation and beyond is a path into a next culture where human beings are fully grown in all 5 bodies, in their physical and intellectual and energetic and emotional bodies, and are jacking ever more into this fifth body, the archetypal body. And for mothers is what I'm talking about when I say jacking into our next jobs for Gaia, with each other, winning happening jobs that are creating evolution on planet Earth. Thank you for hearing me. Goodbye for now.